Hi everybody, I hope you're doing well. So this is going to be probably going to be a series of videos about a company called Sophos. So a few years back, 2019-ish, I needed to change my firewall provider for my networks. The one I was using was no longer being supported, and basically they stopped making firewalls. So I began the search for a new firewall, and I was worried about a U.S. based company and what the CIA and all those other three-letter organizations are strong-arming software vendors to put back doors in for them so they can get in anytime they want. So I ended up choosing a British-based corporation, Sophos, and they make endpoints, firewalls, a bunch of good products. And there's that Gartner quadrant, and they were in a good position on it, so I kind of went with them. So I started changing all my clients over. So anyway, um, it was 2019 when I decided that had a client on Windows Server 2012 that I need to move to Windows Server 2019 because it had just been released. The release date was November 13th, 2018. So a year later, uh, I decided to sell this client a new server and move their firewall on over to along with their virtual machines. And I discovered it didn't work. Um, you would install it, it would work fine. But if you used Windows Server Backup, which I do, and you watch my videos, I like Windows Server Backup. It's very good. Anyway, once Windows Server Backup ran, the server would malfunction, and you could barely get control of it. And the only thing you could do is shut it down, and then it would be okay again until the next time Windows Backup ran again, and then the same thing would happen. So okay, cancel deployment. I got to call the manufacturer, put a support ticket on. Anyway, so I did that, and put me on hold for a while, and then the guy says, "Sorry, we can't support you. We don't support Windows Server 2019." I went, "Wait a minute, it's been out for a year. When are you going to support it? I want to move all my customers to 2019 server." Um, we don't know. Well, who can I talk to about it? So they hooked me up with this guy. I'll just use his first name, Daryl. Um, he contacted me, and he says, "Daniel, please communicate directly with me regarding technical issues to minimize any miscommunications. Now that I know that you're trying to install on what uh, I assumed VMware, but no." He says no official documentation available on when Windows 2019 will be supported yet. I'll see if I can find out some more details internally. The email is dated November 4th, 2019. Okay. December 9th, 2019. Any update on this, Daryl? His reply was, unfortunately, no. The product managers did respond to me, but mentioned that they haven't yet done any formal testing on Windows 2019, so we can't give a definitive timeline on when it will be officially supported. Let me check with them again. Okay, so 2 years passed. Daryl, so it's been a year. Any update? I was wrong. It's been 2 years. December 2019, January 2021. I guess it's 1 year because December 2021. No, 19. No, 2 years. Yeah. So anyway, I never got a reply. So, you're busy in IT, and things get put on the back burner. You forget about them. So I forgot about them, and after New Year's of this year, I realized, Server 2012 is end of life this year. Everything's got to move. And I thought, hey, what the hell am I going to do about those firewalls? So on January 4th, I sent Daryl again and there's somebody else that was CC'd on this, a guy named Shay. I never ever talked to him, but anyway. So guys, 2 more years have passed, and the answer to my question hasn't been found. Well, I got an email back saying that these guys don't work in the company anymore, and I need to start from scratch again. What? Well, anyway, so I did some research. Daryl left there in 2020 because his LinkedIn page has a bio, and Shay's working somewhere else as well. So first of all, so when you send these guys an email, it does not bounce back. It does not tell you that they're no longer there anymore. And luckily, I had Daryl's phone number. I called it. It's disconnected. So anyway, so I had to call my regional rep and ask him who replaces Daryl. Who can I talk to about this? So I got hooked up with a new guy, and you can and I know how this is going to go. I knew this before, clearly, because it's been 4 years now. November 2018, 2019, 2021, 24 years this fall. So 3 years. We'll say 3 years. 3 years have gone by, and if you look at the help documents, they still do not call for 2019 support. So anyway, so tonight I got this email. Would you consider deploying it on a VMware platform? I have a demo firewall running on ESXi 7.0 with no issue. So I emailed him back. Yeah, I thought about putting it on another piece of server, but then I have 2 servers, 2 UPSs, 2 machines to maintain. That's why I bought the virtual machine, because if you told me you were never going to support Windows Server 2019, I would have bought the appliance instead of the virtual software, and I wouldn't be having this problem because it would be a black box. Anyway, so I asked him again, are you intending on supporting this software, or is the virtual machine for Windows Server end of life with Server 2019? And I fired out that question off to him, and I know what the answer is based on what he asked me to do: find different hardware. So they dick me around. Their follow up, So any good company, when somebody leaves, they have a do pile of stuff they're working on right now. I was just forgotten. No one cares about me, and this is the trouble with this company. So maybe I'm gonna do. This has been short so far. It's only 8 minutes. So that's support nightmare number 1 with the Sophos Corporation. Now, I had other trouble with their firewall product as well. In that, when I started buying it 3 years ago, they were working with version 17.5, something like that, and then they come out with a new 18 version. And the problem I had with the 18 version is the moment you upgraded it, the layer 2 tunneling would stop working. And I was on the phone with them. It took months to get it solved. Multiple technicians, and most of them were incompetent. I had to build a lab with both firewalls, version 17, version 18, 2 clients, both Windows workstations, and use the clients to tunnel to the firewalls and show them that it all works, and then upgrade the 17 and then show them how it doesn't work. And the first guy couldn't figure it out, and then the second guy said, "Oh, it works fine. I used my cell phone to test it. It works fine." Well, no, you didn't. Okay, if you say, okay, so give me the instructions on what to change in mine to get that working then, because it doesn't work here. And never heard back from him. So anyway, so I called and complained again, just like I did for this problem now. Talk to who's the manager, get me somebody in charge who knows what's going on. This has been several months going on now. If I'd have blindly upgraded your software, like their software nags you every time you restart the firewall. It nags you to upgrade, and you have to be careful to check the right boxes so it doesn't go ahead and do it. And I never upgrade anything without testing it in a lab first, and thank God for that, because it took them 2 months to figure it out. And this one guy finally figured it out. It turned out that in version 18, the order of network devices, and if you're a networking guy, you know what I'm talking about, one that tries first, second, and third. So local LAN, um, local WAN, and VPN are in the list. So I don't know how it was set up on 17, but when you upgrade to 18, you got to move VPN to number 2 spot, or it doesn't work. Now that's a bug in my opinion. It should work. I don't know if it was on the 3rd spot in 17 or not, but that's a bug. It should try them all one after the other, but it fails on the 3rd one. Move it up to the 2nd spot, move the WAN down to the 3rd one, and then it worked. But it took them 2 months. Imagine if I had upgraded it and not discovered that till later, and not been able to roll it back. Boy, the client would have been really happy about that. No remote access for 2 months. Well, these boobs try to figure out what's going on. So anyway, very bad service so far. Beware of them. They're great until you give them your money, and then they disappear. And so I guess to end this particular part of the video, the bottom line here is that I've been buying virtual machine firewalls from them up until January 2021. And I stopped buying them and started using their appliances because I wasn't getting an answer. And so now I have clients and myself, because I run one in my own office and at home, that they're valueless. Now the one at my home, I got it for free, so what can I say about that? But the ones I purchased, I paid money for, and the appliance and the virtual machine are basically almost the same price. So I'm going to demand that they swap me out my virtual machine for an appliance, because they sold me something in 2021 January that was end of life, but they didn't tell me that. They sold it to me anyway, even though the operating system, the current operating system, had been out for 2 years, maybe 3, and they're selling this, and you go call the support and say, well, can you put it on VMware platform? Well, no. I'm supposed to abandon everything, and what the hell kind of suggestion is that for solution? It should have been, I'm sorry, Dan, we don't support that. You need to move to an appliance, and we're gonna give you a super deal to swap them out for you, and we apologize for what's happened and that nobody got back to you, and all the other shit with the other bad support calls. And yeah. Now the third topic about Sophos. Their marketing department is a pain in the butt. So I'm not hearing from Daryl for 3 years, but I hear from their marketing department. They want to sell me their endpoint protection. And I said to them, look, you want to give me a 6-month license and some software, I'll be glad to test it in my lab to see if it's worthy of being deployed to my clients, and then I'll let you know. But I'm not going to buy it carte blanche and switch over and hope that everything's well. Based on my recent experiences with you guys, there's going to be lots of trouble, and I'm going to have very poor support. Anyway, beware of Sophos. I think Sophos is going to be like Pinephone, where they talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. Oh, okay, everybody. So, hey, big news. I have 40 subscribers. It's the most I've ever had. Probably a bunch of you are laughing because that's so minuscule, but I didn't know I was going to get any, so I'm pleasantly surprised that somebody actually liked something. I have my latest video has 10 likes. I've never had 10 likes before, and I think I just do this just to vent and warn others, and plus I find there's no one out there looking out for people there. Just like I look out for people who want to buy the Pinephone and make sure that they're clear on what they're getting, and then of course they don't buy it. And now I think I have to do the same with Sophos, because the it's not clear on what you're getting, and they're not very helpful. The support dicks me around, falls down off the job, doesn't get back to me, and doesn't admit the truth. Does that sound familiar? That sounds like a Pinephone methodology, eh? Not admitting the truth. Sir, you're buying our latest product for virtual Windows, but did you know that we don't support Windows Server 2019 anymore? You sure you want to buy that product? No, they let me buy it, and now they're sticking me with it. Put it on a different platform. I'm not. Anyway, I'll rant another time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.